Bam.
It's motherfucker.
Like you. To a team that's better than you. Yeah, that's right. We are live again. Oh, yeah, we know what's behind that. But you know what? Somebody here, we were both wrong. Bro. I'm not going to lie. World Series champions, you said Yankees in 6. I said Dodgers in 6. We're both wrong. It was Dodgers in 5. 5, ladies and gentlemen. They proved me wrong, and I'm fucking glad they did because they did what they should have done every other year that they're in the playoffs. They did play that little league ball. They took care of business. They were on top of their game. They didn't miss any catches out center field and bluffed it. They didn't do bad throws to third. The pitcher actually ran to first when he had to, so the first baseman could flip him a ball. You know, they were down 5-0. And they were already counted out on Game 5. People were talking about what's going to happen Game 6. This is the starter. This is going to happen. The Dodgers are going to lose in Game 6. Then it's going to go to Game 7. And this is what's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it did not even fucking get to Game 6. Do you want to know why? Because the Dodgers are the best team in the league. And the 2024 World Series champions, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are talking the World Series champion. And you know when I found out that what's going to happen? Just listen to this. Freeman, one. That's right. Spawn. Game one, with their backs against the wall. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. They came back and they won. For real, they are truly a massive improvement to every other year. And the biggest difference is they brought a man that was injured from the Cardinals. Tommy Edman, who was injured all year, didn't play. Team for this man. And everybody said, oh, why are they bringing him in? Well, now we know why, because he was a damn killer in the playoffs. And so was Oscar, so was Kike. You know who was absent the entire time and who didn't do much for us to win the World Series except be just a body? Was Shohei Ohtani. I mean, he wasn't the best, but he didn't have to be because we had Oscar and Kike Hernandez, and we also had a grand slam from Mr. Freddie Freeman. And now, my question is, according to somebody I know, 2020 was a Mickey Mouse World Series. Well, guess what? My brother, my hater brother, what you got to say about 2024? Bring it. Because I know you have something against them winning a World Series.
All right. That was cute, man. You sound mad insecure. Listing out everything. Trying to take it away. No, sir. Let me get one thing straight. So first things first. If y'all saw ESPN on Halloween, Stephen A listed top 5 biggest fears, right? And number 1, I think, was actually the Cowboys winning a Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. And I immediately thought to myself, I'm like, well, damn, Stephen A, you lucky, man, because yours hasn't happened yet, but mine fucking did. And my number 1 is easily the fucking Los Angeles Dodgers winning a fucking World Series, a real one, right? And, I mean, it counts, man. It counts, but damn, you asked me, what do I got to say about this 2024 shit? And you best believe I got something to say, sir. All right, number 1, I'm calling this one the Make-A-Wish run, sir. This is a Make-A-Wish run, all right? The Mickey Mouse run, that shit was cute, all right? This is the Make-A-Wish run. I'm only laughing because you're laughing, okay, for the record.
That's fine.
Come on, man. Look, bro, don't tell me that this Shohei Ohtani effect did not fucking influence this whole fucking season, man. Don't start, bro. Literally, Shohei comes on to the fucking Dodgers and is like, you know what? Yeah, I'll sign with y'all. But why don't you go get me Yamamoto? Why don't you go get me Michael Kopech? Why don't you go get me Oscar Hernandez? Why don't you go get me... I fucking have the list
Tommy
here,
Edman.
man. He asked for it. I thought he was traded for, man.
Hey,
re-signed Clayton Kershaw, which didn't fucking mean anything. That fool was just walking around with his shirt off looking like a dad bod. I mean, my God, man. You know,
still World Series champion, baby.
Treadmill? Can you get a fucking treadmill? He didn't do shit. If he had pitched, y'all would have gotten smacked by those Padres. I'll tell you right now. They would have made me right, damn it. And then, fucking Padres. I'm still pissed at those pussies. God damn it. You made me. I went and called. You made me, like, look dumb for calling you dogs. Now I can't call people dogs anymore. It's terrible. Anyways, and Tyler Glasnow got extended, right? He was required from Tampa Bay. I know Tyler did not pitch. Clayton did not pitch. Probably for the best, to be honest. Mostly Clayton. I know Taylor probably would have did well. He's a strikeout artist, so we know that. But those Yamamoto, Teoscar were two key pieces into this playoff run. If you try to say they weren't, I mean, now what? I mean, your guys don't mean shit to you or what? Anyways, but Tommy Edman was acquired. Okay, I'm pretty sure he was traded for at some point in the season. Who did
13.
Show up? Granted, I had a question, kind of a segue because we're switching to the World Series. Because we were talking about Kike and Teoscar, but Tommy Edman won the NLCS MVP. Real quick, tell me why you think that happened. Again, this is real convo. I'm not actually trying to be a troll right now. I mean, this is just give me your real thoughts as to why you think Tommy won it and not. Because we were talking about Teoscar and Kike, so why did Tommy win it? We were both talking about Teoscar and Kike. Tell me what you think about that. On some real shit, by the way. On some real shit.
No, I know. No, absolutely. Well, you have to understand that Edman was more. He was more of a presence when it came to the to batting. Because if you really think about it, in the NLCS, yes, it was the NLCS that what's his name, Max Muncy. So Max Muncy, he actually went for like 12 consecutive at bats where he reached base, whether it was on a walk or on a hit, and it was just like outstanding. But overall, Tommy Edman, man, like in the NLCS, I mean, like for example, I mean, I'm just gonna take a random game. Like he was just, I think it was, I want to say game 2 or 3. You know, even though he went 1 for 1, he didn't strike out. He had an RBI, and if I'm not mistaken, he had, I want to say, nine RBIs in the LCS, which was better than the entire Dodger organization, like team. But yeah, he did offensively. He was a stud, and then defensively, it was just he was lights out. Like nothing got past him. Now, granted, in game 1 of the World Series, you know, he did have an error, but I mean, he came back, got a hit, and you know everybody forgot about it. And then I think it was on the 3rd or 4th inning where he came out and again had almost the same type of hit towards him, but this time he caught it and he got it over to first, no problem. But yeah, Tommy Edman in the NLCS, man, he was star-studded and he well deserved it. I mean, to be honest with you, like the entire time I was like, man, I think Kike's gonna get the MVP for the NLCS. I had one person disagree with me, and that person it was like, no, it's gonna be Tommy Edman, and that person is someone that apparently knows more baseball than I do, which is my son, who's really he's gung ho about being a baseball player. So he really, I was like, bro, it's either gonna be this person or this person. He's like, yeah, Dad. He's like, Kike has the numbers, but Tommy Edman's a lot better. You're gonna see, and he was right. I mean, I don't question that kid. I don't question that kid, especially after game 1 when he told me, Dad, this is it. Freddie Freeman.
He did say the Guardians were going to take it, man. What happened there?
He missed. Yeah.
I guess Steph Curry misses too. Is that what we're gonna say?
Every dog has his day, but yeah,
every dog has his day. Facts.
You know, but yeah, after game 1, he did say Freddie Freeman, and I was like, he might be right, and yeah, he was right.
I mean, after game 1, I mean, come on, when you walk off grand slam type shit, I mean, come on, like
Yeah,
The,
that
the whole
was.
stadium was about to blow up, literally from the electricity.
Oh
that hit
yeah,
that
if that thing
stadium.
had a
You know,
roof, that would have popped the roof open up,
I
man.
mean,
It's
I'm surprised we didn't feel any earthquake, man. That shit was insane. Um, but let me continue. I know I wanted to hear what you thought, and it makes sense because I'm not trying to knock Tommy. I just the whole time we were talking about Kike and the Oscar during that the NLC. And granted, when we covered the NLCS up and on the pod, we were only like 2 games in, so or three. I forgot what it was. I think it was 2-1 when we covered the NLCS. So we had 3 games left because we did go to 6.
correct.
So we missed those 3 games.
Well,
so,
even when the World
you know,
Series started,
fair
it
enough.
was 1-1. No, it was before it started, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. But anyways, let me continue with what you would consider hating. I'm just speaking facts, sir. But so anyways, so Shohei, as I was saying, Shohei comes on, asks for all these fucking players, and if you try to deny that Shohei did not ask for players, I mean, granted, I don't have proof, but I know for a fact that man fucking came on and said, "Give me these guys, and I will join the Dodgers." Don't talk to me like he don't got negotiation tactics now. All right, Shohei is not dumb by any means, and neither is his agent. So I mean, I know for a fact. The Giants offered him $700 million too. They just didn't want to defer that shit. And I guess Shohei likes easy pathways to championships now because he over here joining super teams, demanding players to join them. Wait a second. That kind of sounds like a certain someone that I'll get to in a minute. Asking for help on teams and joining up on super teams. I'll mention that. I'll come back to that. Don't worry. You ain't going nowhere, sir. You ain't going nowhere. So anyways, let me finish up with this and I'll get right to the point where I'm trying to get to. So anyways, it's clear to me, man, and you cannot deny this, that it's fact, that the MLB wanted to capitalize on the Japanese viewership. If you try to deny that right now, you lose credibility, man. I'm sorry. That is a fact. I know for a fact. I don't know it, but I know for a fact they wanted to do it. Okay? Because they see the gold mine that comes with Shohei Ohtani being on the Dodgers, one of the 2 biggest franchises in the fucking league. And guess who they fucking face off in the World Series? Hang on. The other biggest franchise in baseball, the New York Yankees. Wait. Hold on. I'm going somewhere. We're cooking. But I mean, to be honest, that is the mostly all I have to say. All it is a fucking conspiracy theory. I know I got a tinfoil hat on right now. Look, man, let's not act like. I mean, I forgot who it was who was saying it. That like at this point it's like 33. It's like a 3-way split between Dodger fans. I forgot which one it is. I think it's like 33% of the revenue comes from Japanese fans at this point. 33% comes from the Mexicans, and then the other third is, you can fill in the blank, Silos, if you want. I don't really care. I forgot what the guy said, but I mean the rest. I guess the rest of the fans. I don't know. But anyways, that's kind of my all I really have to say in terms of that. I mean, I'll move on. Before I get to what I just told you, what made you laugh so much, sir, that I'll say for the very end, because I think I got something for you, and then you gonna have to. I'm gonna give you a second to think right now while I'm speaking, because you're gonna have to come up with some fucking generational mental gymnastics over here to decide what you're gonna say for that, man. Because man, you know what I'm gonna say without even fucking me saying it yet. But anyways, let's move on. I just wanted to. This one's gonna be you're gonna think it's hating, but he's not even coming back. Jack Flaherty's probably not coming back to the Dodgers. I spent some time on YouTube doing some research, and I noticed that Jack be chirping a lot more often than we knew. I mean, at least I knew. I mean, granted, he only spent so much time on the Dodgers, so I mean, he was on the trash ass Detroit Tigers, who would, granted, make the playoffs later on. But when he was on the Tigers, they fucking suck. So Jack, I seen another clip of him not just chirping to Manny Machado. He's also tripping to Randy Rosarena, right? He actually hit him with a pitch, and then later on wanted to start tripping. I'm like, bro, why are you hitting players with pitches and then talking shit to them? Like, what is that? Like, that's dirty to me. I mean, come on, let's not hit. It looked like it was intentional to me. If you've seen the clip, Silos, and not, I'll send it to you after the pod. He starts chirping at him, and look, man, all this fucking talk. Number one, you're not the same guy you were on the Tigers. Okay, you had a steep drop off from what you were on the Tigers. Okay, the numbers show that, and if you watch him, you knew that he was not the same guy on the Tigers. Okay, let your fucking play back up your talk. If you don't talk shit, back it up. Okay, when I talk shit, I back it up every single night. All right, on this pod. Okay, when I play sports, all that shit, I back that shit up. All right, so you don't talk, back it up. All right, he fucking shot the bed in the playoffs. He had one good outing against the Mets, right? That game 1 against the Mets. That's his good outing. He gave up 0 runs in 7 innings. All right. The rest, he fucking played like dog shit. I'm sorry. All right. So why are you talking so much shit just to shit the bed? All right. So I don't know, Jack. At this point, I think you're just eye candy for the women, bro. Honestly, you're a fake demon, just like Aaron Judge was. You mentioned Aaron Judge's fake when he dropped that pass. I mean, granted, yeah, you shouldn't be dropping passes, right? I mean, passes. Fuck, I'm thinking basketball or football, but catch.
You're probably thinking about the drop from
yeah.
the Saints.
I'm gonna mention in a minute. Yeah. Anyways, he drops the catch. Aaron Judge, and it's because he was. I'm sure you've seen it at this point or heard about it. It's because he was trying to make a play at first or second. I forgot what it was. Okay, my bad. I don't remember the exact fucking scenario, but he was gonna look. His eye was actually on the base, so he could catch it in motion, throw it right, get the out. But I mean, come on, man, you got to catch that shit. And fact of the matter is, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, when people make mistakes, it costs the Yankees, and the scouting report was accurate as fuck. I mean, I think you mentioned the scouting report that, you know, these fuckers beat themselves, essentially, and they value talent over fundamentals, right? And that's something that the Dodgers have been doing all year is, you know, running bases, you know, fucking Shohei Ohtani himself leads the charge in that shit with all those stolen bases, like you call him a thief. Facts. The man's a thief, okay? He stole my fucking heart when he left the Angels for the Dodgers, right? And he took it with him. That shit. I mean, granted, I'm sure you had to see. I actually, again, paid respect to Shohei Ohtani, saying thank you for. I mean, I'm glad you won, Shohei. I'm sorry we couldn't give you a winning team, brother. I'm sorry. Art Moreno, man. What can I do? I actually had someone message me like one of my haters this morning or yesterday. I forget what it was. Telling me to tell your owner to spend money. He's like, oh yeah, let me just call Art Moreno real quick. Be like, hey, Mark. You know, have you thought about spending some fucking money? Like, come on, man, be fucking for real. Like, can you guys be fucking serious for a second? Like, yeah, I know Art Moreno. I'm gonna just call him real quick. You know, like maybe one day if this podcast gets big enough, I'll call him. I'll start.
Hey, we'll put it on the podcast and we'll see. Hey, why you not spending money?
Shit.
But I want you to say something on the pod. I want because since you mentioned Ohtani coming from the Angels, and I know you recall this because I sent this to you on the chat. You said the Dodgers are down 5-0, and I say they still got it, and I send you a GIF of the little kid from Angels in the Outfield flapping his fucking wings, and I told you they still got this.
Why do you remember that? Why do you remember that shit? Like, man, I really scar you, huh? You got PTSD from me that you remember.
Yo, but did I not say they still got this? Down 5-0 in the fifth in Game 5. Just want to make sure I put out there.
Speaking of delusional Dodger fans, I'm speaking to one right now. But let me get to my last.
Not delusional when you actually win.
Let me get to my last segment, and then I'll do my little what I hinted you at earlier because I know the fans are waiting for that shit. The audience, you know what I mean? Big Papi Nation. So, I mean, you guys have been villains, the Dodgers. Okay, whether you like it or not. Sometimes you guys own it. Sometimes you want to act like you're the heroes. I don't know. You guys can't make up your fucking minds when it comes to this shit. You want to be heroes. You want to be villains. You want to be loved. You want to be hated. I don't know. To be honest, y'all delusional to think that you anything like good in terms of the fans. Like that there's anything good to hate about. Like, because I hear it all the time from you motherfuckers. Hate us because they hate us. It's like, brother. No, not my brother. But whatever. You're my brother, but the rest aren't. Bunch of pussies. There's nothing redeemable about you guys. Okay, there's nothing redeemable about you guys. You didn't even know who Kendrick Lamar was until I told you about him, all right? Mr. South Central ass over here. All right, you didn't even know who he was until I told you, okay? Then you want to parrot not like us. Bro, I want to be honest. I don't think Dot was talking about Dodger fans, man. Y'all some fake demons out here, I swear. Like, but the point is, you know, there's nothing redeemable. Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers are actually likable except for probably Flaherty. I mean, Flaherty's more of a problem to me than he is a solution. I think he's gone. You said it yourself. I mean, you sent me a picture of what the pitching is going to look like, and it's not Flaherty's not fucking on there. So I doubt he's coming back. You said that the Yankees are interested in him. I mean, at this point,
they are.
Why not? He's gonna fit in well. You know, fake demons on the Yankees. Aaron Judge. I mean, Juan Soto's leaving, so it's all good. A bunch of fake demons on there because he's the only real guy on there. So
he might go to the Dodgers.
I mean. Don't start with me, bro. Fucking speaking of which, let's talk about the salary, man. With the salary rules, man. I mean, can we get something, bro? Something just to increase the parity. Like there is no fun watching the same fucking teams go over and over again to be dominant every single year, man. Can we get some parity? There's no skill in just being able to sign whatever the fuck you want, trade whenever the fuck you want, and then make moves all the fucking time. It does. You guys suck at drafting. I mean, what you had Will Smith and Gavin Lux. Those were the two guys you actually had that you drafted and developed. The rest of the team were fucking bought. Your team was bought.
Andy
right?
Pajes.
So, yeah, okay. Pajes. Congratulations. The 3 bottom lineups guy. I don't even know if Pajes played every single game. He probably rotated.
No, they called him up, sir.
All right, there you go.
Because of injuries.
He wasn't on the main roster, man. Congrats. Your bottom feeders are actually on the team. Congratulations. But
you forget Outman was just sent down because Kiermaier came around.
Look, man, it's a problem. You're gonna be villains because you can buy your team. Okay, congratulations. All right, you finally.
And so did the Mets and the Yankees.
Yeah, that's not the point. We're talking about the Dodgers. You can say whataboutism all you want. What about this? Hey, let me ask you real quick. You're a father. I'm sure you've asked your son at some point. Just because your friend jumps off the bridge, are you gonna jump off too? Is that not the same thing you're doing right now by asking about the Mets?
But this isn't about jumping off the bridge. It's about being financially stable, and the Dodgers have done that. They have been smart about their signings. The
concept is the same. No. Listen to me, because you talk. You're not listening. You're not listening. Listen to me. Okay, I'm talking about the Dodgers, and you're bringing up Mets, Yankees to try. Yeah, go ahead. Turn on that little blue light of yours. You're bringing up other teams to justify why you do what you do. Fact is, stop telling me that the fucking Dodgers somehow can justify that fucking deferral on Shohei's contract. You have the highest payroll. I don't give a fuck. Everyone knows. Anyone who knows ball. The only people that say you don't are fucking Dodger fans that are trying to cope. Okay, that's all you do. You just cope and make excuses for your roster and your team because you know you're ashamed of having one real chip that was handed to you by the league in 36 years, whatever it is. You're still salty about it, okay? It don't matter. The fact is, I don't know who it was. Was it Freeman? Was it Bueller? I don't care. Somebody came on the fucking podium and said, well, everybody wants to diminish 2020. It's like, well, it sounds to me like you're insecure about 2020, man. Whoever the fuck it was, I don't remember who it was, but y'all sound mad insecure about 2020 because it fucking bothers you to know that it's special. I know it does. And this 24 one, I mean, damn. Congratulations, you spent the most money in the league. I don't care about the official numbers. We all know who spent the most money. All right, but let me move on because I spent enough time grilling you about your bought ass team because you bought that championship. Congratulations. Baseball's like one of the only sports where you can actually buy a
champions.
Yeah. Congrats, sir. You asked me to respond. Well, there's your response. So let's go ahead and here. Let me get to the point that I brought up earlier. I alluded to. All right. So, Mr. Resident Old Head LeBron James hater. Let's go ahead and ask you a question here, sir. Throwing it back to the last episode. We're throwing it back. You criticized the ever living shit out of LeBron James for leaving Miami and what you would call building.
You mean Cleveland?
Okay, and no, he left. Oh, my bad. Yeah, he left Cleveland to Miami to build a super team. Right? Whatever. You criticize him for that. You literally brought it up. You're on camera, sir. We got the tapes. I'll run it back right now if you want to see your tape. All right. But when it comes to Shohei Ohtani leaving his Angels, his home team Angels, the team that his first team in the MLB, and doing it worse, what LeBron did. My God, he went and got superstar after superstar. Yamamoto, Oscar. I mean, you guys traded for all kinds of people. Talk about getting acquisitions, man. And they all signed. Shohei had a chance to go to other teams, okay? So I know for a fact San Francisco offered him the same money, just no deferral. Oh, no, I don't want to do it that way. No, I want to defer my shit so I can sign all these superstars to come help me get a chip. Hold on. Is there a code here, Silas, or not? Or are you just bending over backwards for, literally bending over, right? For Shohei Ohtani. Which one is it, bro?
Hold up.
Answer, sir.
See, he let no.
Hold up.
Hold up.
All right. No.
Wait a moment.
I'll wait.
See, he decided to call these guys and go meet up in Miami Beach. Shohei didn't call these guys and said, "Meet me in LA." People want to come to LA. This is the city of champions, sir. Just so you know, city of champions. This is where all the
That's where you're going with this.
Yes,
because
that is what
LeBron called somebody and said, "Let's team up." That's your problem with it.
Yeah,
because he made a phone call. How do you know Shohei didn't call Yamamoto? They're both Japanese.
Oh, he definitely called Yamamoto. Like he's just like he's gonna call Roki Sasaki, bro. Roki Sasaki's gonna end up with the Dodgers, bro, for a premium fucking price of like $2 million.
So there you go. You just said he called Yamamoto. So, bro, I mean, let's not act like Shohei is an angel, man. That interpreter shit.
He was an angel, right? But not no more. He's a Dodger now, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and cope. Go ahead and deflect from the point.
I know what you mean, though.
He's not innocent, bro. He had that fucking shit going on with the fucking interpreter. Fact is, nobody knows exactly what went down. It got swept under the rug. The fact that it came out is kind of crazy, but I think there was a government investigation into that shit that kind of led to it getting out. They couldn't hide it. I promise you the MLB would have hid that shit if they could have, though. So, all right. The point is, man.
I agree with you. I'm not going to deny that, bro.
What Shohei did with deferring his contract, man, is quite literally him saying, I need all the help I can get to win this fucking championship. Why are you having a double standard here? And it's not really an argument. I just want you to explain yourself right now on fucking camera for all the LeBron fans out there. Go ahead and tell us why are you such a hypocrite in this sense? Go ahead, tell me. I want to know. The world wants to know, Silos.
Yeah, but see, here's the difference. Shohei's doing kind of what Mr. Tom Brady did, taking a slight pay cut in a sense. Because everybody's like, how the... Hold on.
No pay cut.
Hold on. He's getting his money, but he's... Hold on. Hold up.
That's not the same thing. It's not a pay cut.
It kind of is. Because he's only getting $2 million this year, and the other 68... Listen, Linda, listen.
You're lying on camera,
68 million goes into some escrow account that you could cash out, in year 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and so on. Well, year 11, actually, sorry. After year 11. He knows if he takes the 70 million all at one time, they can't sign anybody else. So he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Defer it and give me people where I can win a championship, just like Tom Brady did. Tom Brady took a pay cut. Like he could have said the same fucking shit, but there's different rules in the CBA for the NFL than there is in MLB. Just because the Dodgers have figured out how to use these rules in their favor, they're smart, bro.
They're smart. Oh my god! Don't
I've told you they are financially sound because they know how to spend their money, and no one else does.
I will give credit where credit's due and say that the Dodgers they know how to make moves. They know how to do things. Like they have good analytics and all that shit. I know that. I do. Trust me. People act like I don't do my research. I know how good the organization is. It wasn't always like that, and you can say that. You can say that for sure. I know you can agree with that. It was not always like that. Okay, they hired the right guys at a certain point, and it paid off. Okay, it took years, but it did pay off to the point where now, for the last how long anymore it's been that 12 and West titles or whatever, 11 and 12, whatever. Okay, so point is, I get it. All right, but don't. I need you to take it back, man, because we're gonna lose credibility if you're out here trying to say that Shohei somehow took a fucking pay cut. It's not a pay cut. He's getting his money. You literally said it on yourself.
In year 11 through 20.
It's on the back end. Yeah, no, I know it is. Okay.
But see, here's the thing. The reason he doesn't have to accept it all is because regardless, he's still making his fucking money from fucking New Balance and all and fucking Subway, I think, or what other commercials he's fucking doing.
Even worse. It's worse that he's doing that because now it's literally just him saying, I need all the help I can get. That's what it's screaming, and you want to posture because he's your boy. But here's the difference: Ohtani is on the Dodgers, LeBron is on the Lakers, so they're both your teams. But because you developed a hate for LeBron at a young age, Big Papi Nation, this man has a Facebook post from 2010, right
14.
after. The move. No, it was 10. I saw that shit. 2010.
Was it?
right after LeBron. I saw the text, bro. I got a good memory.
Okay.
You know that. 2010 July, right after this man announced his move to Miami, this man came on and said some bullshit about we don't need a LeBron. Oh no, my bad. It was I tried calling LeBron, but there was no ring. I mean, can you hear that shit?
No,
What
it said something to the
cornball.
effect: get the new Apple iPhone 4, the King LeBron James edition. It has no ring.
Yeah. The punchline was the same. You know what I meant. My bad. My bad. I don't have word for word what you said, sir. But and then was it your sister that said loser? She was talking to you, right? Yeah, because you a fucking loser, dog. Like, bro, like, I'm glad somebody in your family has fucking sense, man. Damn, shout out your sister.
She was just bored, by the way. She doesn't know shit about basketball.
It was 2010, man. I mean, you know, the Facebook was around for I don't know 3-4 years, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, before MySpace.
Yeah.
Shout out to MySpace.
But, man, you're a resident LeBron hater, man. We got to move on at some point because you're just coping right now. You're literally deflecting. You know you're on bullshit. The audience knows you're on bullshit by making excuses for Ohtani, who you've literally said it himself. He came to the Dodgers because he wanted to win. Is that not what LeBron did by moving to Miami, bro? You want to say it's because he called up Dwayne Wade and he called up Chris Bosh. That's not the same thing. I mean, sorry, that is the same thing as what Shohei Ohtani did. Shohei literally, you don't even know what happened. You don't even know if Shohei was like, so Oscar, you want to come play with me, bro? I need some help over here in Los Angeles because this team fucking sucks apparently. Because I need all the help I can get. I mean, damn. How much you need, Shohei? You ain't that good or what? I mean, I know you didn't pitch this year, so next year when you finally get to pitching, we gonna see. Granted, by the way, Dodger fans, I mean, I'm sure you've seen him at some point, but the man's electric when he pitches, man. It's special, but over here gonna make me cry in the club and shit. But no, man. I mean, seriously, like you can't do that, Silos. I mean, damn. I thought you would at least be like, you know what? Maybe I am wrong for once. Nah. God forbid this man admit that he's tripping. Because man, I see your face. You're like, I know you thinking he got me. He got me on this one. Yeah. Bro, I think even your own family was gonna be like, damn, Silos really be on bullshit this time. Yeah, I got you.
Nah, but see, here's the thing. The only move that I dislike that LeBron did was his move from the Cavs to Miami. His move back to Cleveland to LA, I have absolutely no problem with. Other than that,
okay. I mean, you gotta at least like the move from Miami to Cleveland. Like he came back and he won in the ring. I mean, come on. Like, no, I mean, I gotta see it in your face. You're like, it was alright. You can see.
Yeah, you know,
it wasn't that bad.
He had Kyrie Irving, you know.
You know, it's like sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. I don't know. That's what you. That's the type of shit you're on, bro. All right. Okay, that was fun. God. That was fun. I love how you just exposed yourself as a bigger LeBron hater than you already were. I know it was possible, man, but damn. Okay. Any final thoughts on your Dodgers? You did go on that nice little monologue at the beginning. Anything else, or can I wrap this up by saying Ohtani moving to the Dodgers is literally probably worse than what KD did moving to the Warriors. So, man. I mean, damn.
Honestly, the last thing that I have to say is, and this is just giving props to somebody that I think deserves props for the Dodgers winning the World Series. And you know this man, because I sent you a bunch of his TikToks praying for the Dodgers to win in every single game from the NLDS to the NLCS to the World Series. David Jazzo, comedian. You can follow him on comedy David Jazzo. Man, this guy was hilarious with those. And honestly, like I think he had a lot to do with it, man. He started this year praying for him, and it happened. The years before it didn't. I'm just saying, maybe Tim Tebow would win when he prayed. So why can't the Dodgers win when David Jazzo prays? So, hey, man, shout out to David Jazzo for that one.
Hey, absolutely. I know we gotta support our fellow content creators, regardless of the delusion that runs on in Dodger fans. My bad, man. But you picked the wrong side, buddy. I'm sorry. And one last thing for the final numbers. The Dodgers spent $1 billion between all those offseason acquisitions in 1 year. I mean, come on, man. Seriously. Anyways, in one offseason. But let's move on, man. We gotta move on because we're at like 35, 36 minutes, whatever the hell it is. But it's been a minute, so let's move on to the football. Now this is gonna be obviously I'm a Rams fan. We're gonna talk some Rams real quick because this man wanted to laugh at me on my last take when I introed and saying that we were making the NFC Championship. Somebody tried saying you tried saying that I called Super Bowl. I did not call Super Bowl, and I didn't even call making.
Actually, I rewatched it. You said NFC West.
I said we're winning the NFC West, and then in the cooking caption I said the NFC Championship. We're making the NFC Championship game. So regardless of whether I said it on the pod or not, in the reel before the Seahawks game, I said we're making the NFC Championship game. So I don't care what you say. That reel, that caption on there, I called it. NFC Championship game. It's gonna happen still. I have not lost faith. But let's talk about it real quick. I just wanted to mention it for the record because I find it funny. Dan Orlovsky wanted to come on like after was it after the Seahawks win? I think after we beat the Seahawks, he wants to come on all of a sudden. All of a sudden, motherfucker wants to come in. I say motherfucker for a word, all right? I'm not trying to. I got no problem with Dan Orlovsky. I'm just saying, like, he comes on saying that he thinks the Rams have a shot at the Super Bowl. I was like, hold on, that was my take, man. What are you doing? He goes on to say exactly everything I said in my fucking promo for the intro of last episode, and I'm like, all right, that's not cool. I mean, granted, the Seahawks game was a shit show on both sides. I think it had to do with it just being a divisional game. I mean, it was nasty to watch. If you watch that game, I mean, Jesus, talk about a stink fest on both sides. I mean, we won, but I didn't like that we won, right? Now I want to mention Puka Nacua. I mean, bro, what the fuck? I mean, granted, he was shoved. I know that, but like, the whole optics is terrible because, like, talk about a soft ass league, man. Like, oh my god, like. He barely punched them guys. Like, come on. Like, if y'all saw that fucking clip, in fact, we can't even get a good angle on it. They didn't even have a good angle on it.
He pushed him with his fist. That was not a punch, sir.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Puka Nacua punch. He literally just pushed him with his fist like this, like so. Yeah, he had a clenched fist, but like, bro, the guy has a helmet on. Puka's hand was more dangerous. I mean, we probably should have ejected fucking the guy with the helmet on, because he probably would have hurt his head more so than anything else. But I'm obviously kidding. But I mean, yeah, it was a fucking mess. The softest ejection we've ever seen, and I think people universally agree with it being a soft ass ejection. Like, my God, are we not playing football? Like, damn, these guys take hits to the. These guys bang helmets on the line of scrimmage between linemen more on every single play. They take more damage on that than they do on Puka's punch to that guy. I mean, and the fact is, the guy shoved him. I mean, come on, man. Like, let's not act like these guys are taking more punishment in literally play-by-play stuff than the little push with the little hand that he did to. Come on, man. I thought it was worse. I thought he actually, like, punched him, like, body or something like that when I heard about it. I was like, all right, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, moving on to the Dolphins, man. It was embarrassing. I mean, fuck. I got really pissed because I posted pregame. I was like, come on, lads, put me right. Because I actually have a bet going on with my cousin for the Rams to win 10 games this year, and it's because he predicted 8 to 9. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna show you up and just say they're gonna win 10, right? Just for shits and giggles, because I believe in my team, and I think they can still get it done. Granted, now they can only lose 2 games out of the remaining. How many games we got left? They're 4 and 5.
I think you guys have 8.
They got 8. We got to win 6 out of the last 8. It's gonna be tough. Well, I really thought the Dolphins was gonna be a win. But I put this one on McVay and Stafford, man. I mean, goddamn. Granted, the first play, we could not stop a thing. And I was like, well, that's got to be play calling. I know McVay's more known for his offense, but, man, the defensive coordinator, man, what were you doing? You were, like, shitting the bed, man. Every single time, we just could not get the proper read on what the offense was going to do. And we got shat on. Run, pass, it don't matter, okay? So I got pissed on that. And then the rest, the offense was abysmal. I mean, Matt had a couple connections, big ones with Puka, and I was like, why are we not running that more often? I mean, do you not like your star players? What the fuck, man? I mean, seriously, like, McVay and Stafford, I gotta get on Stafford a bit, man. Like, bro, you're making it hard for me to fucking be right about picking you at number 2 overall QB in the league, man. I mean, damn. I know the list is fluid, and we don't have to readjust it, because at this point, we keep catching heat for that shit. From the chat, we have a fantasy basketball league chat. We keep catching flack for that shit. But I mean,
Yeah, but
look, man.
like I said, that was at the beginning of the season before they played a damn game.
Right, right. I mean, we were going off what we had to know, right? And I mean, look, Stafford has had very good moments and very, very bad moments. I'll say that he's been inconsistent. So, granted, again, his fucking core receivers, his two best receivers, were out. All right, let's not act like that's not true. Granted, it's Matt Stafford, and I don't really think he needs time to adjust. He's been doing this shit for years. And he has that connection already from playing with the year with Puka and I don't know 3 or 4 with fucking Cooper. So I mean I don't know. It's annoying to see Stafford do what he's doing right now, and McVay kind of being inconsistent because he's always giving credit for being a great mind when it comes to play calling, and it's getting annoying to see a game like this where I'm like, bro, are you not supposed to be? I mean I get everyone has their bad days, but that Dolphins game should have been a fucking win. All right, but if you don't got anything to add there, Silos, we can move on. Unless I don't know, I thought maybe you were gonna go ahead and comment on that Chiefs Broncos game for a second. We got some time.
I was waiting for you to be done because that was
all right.
Man, the
took
Broncos.
Like 5 minutes to talk about the Rams.
That's fine. I know. I was just waiting for you. It's okay. I get it.
Okay.
But I was watching this game, man, and the Broncos led for probably 80% of the fucking game, man. 80%. Like, they legit just went out there and the defense was taking care of business. They allowed 1 touchdown and 3 field goals, and that was enough to fucking beat them. Because all the Broncos did was score 2 touchdowns. And it came down to the wire, man. It was a really close game, and it came down to the wire. Broncos got the ball with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They're down by 2 points. All they need is a field goal. And you would assume, like, hey, like, let's fucking let them score a touchdown, and then, we'll let Patrick Mahomes do his thing, and we'll win the game. Well, no, Broncos did exactly what they needed to do. They got enough first downs to where it was down to 1 second left. They were on the 20-something yard line, lined up for a chip shot, 35-yard field goal. And I kid you not, I was ready to celebrate. I was like, hell yeah, finally we beat this Chiefs. Even though we beat them last year. But, it was like, hey. And last year we beat them by double digits, FYI. But, this was...
That's a lie. Hold on. That's a lie. You lost. You won by a field goal.
Are you 100% sure?
Google it, man. Go ahead.
Anyway, well, go ahead and Google it and let me finish so I don't lose my train of thought here. Let me not lose my train of thought here because they were 35 yards. It was 35-yard chip shot. But the one thing apparently, and this is what the special teams, the Kansas City Chiefs, are saying is. They lined up for field goals, and they noticed that the edge blocker for the Broncos was too much on his toes, meaning he wasn't centered, meaning they could just bull rush him, get through him, and block that ball. And apparently they were right. It's like 3 motherfuckers got through, and 3 motherfuckers could have blocked this ball. And it was just like, how in the fuck do you allow this? Like, this goes down to our special teams coach. Like, honestly, like, motherfucker, you are fired. Like, if you noticed it, how can you not notice this is your one weakness? I'm like, if this is your fucking weakness, get rid of it. Like, put somebody else. Especially at that point when the game is on the fucking line. You have 1 second, 35 yards. That's like, I want to say your average, kicker will make it 95% of the time. Like, he doesn't even have to be elite. He could just be a damn soccer player off the fucking soccer field, and he will go and fucking make that. And that was fucking ridiculous. Honestly, I've said this once and I'll say it again. I don't think the Chiefs won this ball game. I think the Broncos fucking just gave away this fucking win, to be honest with you. They should have won, and it would have felt sweet just because they were undefeated. they were supposed to be undefeated up until that point, and then defeated after that. They should have been 8-1. They're 9-0, and you know what? It's just heartbreaking, especially for the defense, the Broncos defense, who did everything in their power to fucking. They gave up 16 points, 16 fucking points. You should win that game. By all means, you should win that game, and you didn't. So, you know, I could sit here and say like this and that, but honestly, like as far as the calling, like the play calls, the flag, it wasn't that bad. And you know, fucking even with half a fucking leg, fucking Patrick Mahomes made shit happen. So I hate to admit this. I hate to admit that shit, but that motherfucker is like on some fucking N64 NFL Blitz fucking turbo code, cheat code kind of shit, where I don't know what the fuck happens, and this motherfucker is just like, you know, hey, but you know, it was a good game overall. Had me at the edge of my seat up until 1 second, where I was standing and ready to fucking jump for joy. And you know that honestly, that kind of to me was my Super Bowl in a sense, because like I said, I had the Broncos maybe winning 6 games. They're at 5 games, but if they would have beat the fucking Chiefs, bro, the first team to beat the Chiefs this year, shit, that would have been. But you know what? The one thing that I'll take away from this, and every NFL team out there has to watch what the Broncos did on defense against them, because I'm sure there's offenses out there that are way better than the Broncos. All they have to do is match up the defense, and as long as their offense holds up, man, they could beat the Chiefs any fucking given Sunday, man. But let's move on, because if not, I'll go on a fucking Mahomes rant.
I know. I mean, if that wasn't a Mahomes rant, I don't know what was. But anyways, let me
just... props, bro. Fucking NFL Blitz fucking cheat codes.
I caught the end, bro. I was watching, kind of on and off. I think my dad actually changed it at the end, and I kind of saw the important part, right, of the fucking the choke of missing that field goal, or getting it blocked. Obviously, you got blocked. But man, I saw it and I was like, damn, it's gonna happen. The Chiefs are gonna take the loss. I think we all, if anyone was watching, is like, it's gonna happen. And then it gets blocked, and we're like, and then I immediately went to the group chat with the fantasy team, basketball league, the one we created. I was like, no way. I was like, and then my cousin at GT2K, you know who that is? Yeah. He immediately starts raging, and I'm like, whoa, pause, bro, easy. Literally just trying to calm down. He's like, nah. He just starts spamming it. I'm so pissed. Oh man, he started going off, man. Shout out GT2K. That man's funny, because he really started going off. I knew it was coming. That's why I was like, wait, bro, wait. Easy, take it. Calm down. Oh, he started going off, man. It was funny. But anyways, we can move on, because we're cutting up at like 50-some minutes at this point. Obviously, we try to keep these a little shorter, because I mean, right now we just. We're lucky if anybody watches for 5 minutes, to be honest. But so we can move on. All right, so now, Silos, go ahead. We're going to talk about West Coast College Quadball. My bad, Quadball. West Coast College Quadball. I said I was going to cover it, so I'm going to deliver. Silos, do me a favor. Hit that fucking intro song, that West Coast beat. By none other than Dre.
Everybody to the wild, wild west. A state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest. Like a vest for your Jimmy in the city of sex. We in that sunshine state for the bomb ass envy. The state where you never find a dance floor empty and built.
Okay, so let's talk about the Chandra Classic that happened on October 26th, 2024, which was like, what, 2 weeks ago? Probably, like 3. It's been about 3 now, give or take. 2.5 maybe. So, we had 4 teams arrive to the Chandra Classic in Westwood at the UCLA IM Field, right? We had Second Stars, the Lost Boys QCB team. We had UCLA, of course. The home team, we had Arizona State University, ASU, show up. And we had Cal Berkeley also come. Now, I want to go ahead and preface that this was primarily a development tournament, man. I mean, ASU showed up with 10, Cal showed up with 10, both rookie heavy, and UCLA had a full roster. Technically, they were also missing some players too. And second stars showed up. They had 10 total, but I think they never surpassed more than 8 or 9. They can correct me on that later on, but I think, yeah, they were basically running very, very few numbers. And I mean, granted, it was a college tournament, right? So I mean, you don't want to bring your best, obviously, but or not necessarily your best, but like, I mean, like, you don't want to be too stacked. I guess what they were going for. Good, but not too good because you're playing against college players, right? But still, so I wanted to shout out the second stars to kick this off. I just loved the way they were playing out there. A lot of trust, a lot of cohesion. Everybody was touching the ball, moving the ball. It was nice to see, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun to watch them play together. Really trust each other. And I want to shout out Lindsey Simpson real quick for having an insane completion percentage. And I mean, I want to say it was 80%. At least on passes, man. That shit was crazy. And it was such a jump from WCQ. God, I can't even say it right. Is it WCQ still? I don't know. People call it WQC. I think it's WCQ. I don't know if it matters anymore. But WCQ, granted, the entire team at on the Aftershock team had trouble at WCQ. So, you know, that probably has more to do with it than anything else. But Lindsey's been working on that on ball carryings for every single practice since then, since the summer. So it's showing off here. She did great. I was very impressed because I'm very hard on ball carriers, top down, on everyone, including myself. And I love what I saw from Lindsey. Great job. Now I want to also mention that I'll start with Cal, because Cal was very rookie heavy. They had a couple returners, mostly their captains, and then the rest were pretty much rookies. Now I want to shout out their captain, Chloe Fu, for playing and leading like the veteran she is. It shows. And she had one play where she, had a sick drive. She takes it, and then she kind of starts driving, and then she hits like this windmill to get past one defender, and then finishes it with a dunk. And I was really impressed with that. It shows the confidence. And not only that, but she was, calling shots on the field. And there's one funny play where she's calling shots, off ball receivers or whatever it was. And then someone throws her the ball, and she kind of wasn't expecting it, so it kind of like, bounces aside, and she reacted fast, but like, it was a funny moment for the sideline to see, because like, she's over here calling shots, and then the ball gets thrown to her when I don't think she wanted the ball at that time. She was calling something else, but that was fun to see. So I love what I saw from Chloe. Always playing confident. From what I can gather, it shows. Okay, and I wanted to shout out number one, whose name is Billy U. I think that's how you say his name. O-U. I would assume that's how you say it. I saw a lot of confidence, and I'm not surprised to see he's a returner. Very, very aggressive. He's a beater, and he was definitely showing out, giving the opposing beaters hell. Essentially, I mean, I saw a lot of aggression, and he played with confidence, and you need to see that from a beater. And I said this before. I don't know much about Cal. Now I'm learning. I'm starting to learn. Okay, like I went out there to watch Chandra. I showed up in street clothes. I didn't play, so I just showed up to watch and come back and report on what I saw for Quadball Nation out here, for the country, right? So a lot of confidence from him. Now, one thing I will say is I would have, if I were Cal, I would have focused on having a strong defense, because fact is you were out there with a lot of rookies, right? And I didn't see a real true driver, someone who can just muscle the ball in. So, it's hard to, Billy was out here making plays. It wasn't really nobody to finish him, right? So, focus on the defense, because, there was a lot of half-court action where, beater world is what we call it, right? Beater world. And that's great, to make plays if you have someone that can capitalize them. And fact is, Cal was getting stopped by chasers because, they needed more of a cohesive attack. That's all I would say about that. I wanted to shout out Cal rookies number 42, Xing Chan, and 50, Sean Liu. I love the way they play together. It was actually fun to watch. I mean, for rookies, they played like I honestly couldn't tell. I thought that maybe they were returners, because they just played really well. And specifically, Sean had a really cool play against Christian Kreger, where Sean blocks Kreger's bludger, and then he had this look like, yeah, I just did that. And I was like, oh, I love that. That shit was dope.
Nice.
Okay. Keep that shit up, Sean. Okay. And that goes for Shing too. I love what I saw from you guys. And that goes for all the Cal rookies, man. Y'all showed up and you played hard. Keep coming back, man. I promise you, it's a great community. You want to be a part of it, man. A lot of love out here. and it's gonna be fun, man. This is your family. You know, if you come back, it will be. You know, just keep showing up, all right, and keep working. So next, I want to move on to UCLA. I wanted to shout out Aiden Perez and Matthew Wong. I love the way they play. I mean, I don't want to give out strats, but I mean, it's fun to see Aiden kind of just bring the ball up, and it's like UCLA knows what to do in terms of his receivers, specifically the connection with Matthew. It's like, you know, Matthew knows, let me just post up over here, let me cut over here, and Aiden's going to give me the ball, or Aiden's going to run it himself. Aiden's a hit maker in terms of, you know, defense and running the ball in. It's fun to see. And then wanted to shout out Valeria Guerra, also known as Vale, aka, right? I think Vale needs to get the ball more, man. And I'm not trying to diss nobody again. I'm not trying to call nobody out. But I think it's more of a call for Vale to get the ball more, because not only is she a good receiver, great receiver, I'd say, she's also explosive. So, like, you know, she catches the ball and she'll burn you, bro. It don't matter who you are. She'll gonna burn you. Because a lot of people probably won't expect it. I realize now that I'm saying it on camera, it might tip people off. I don't know. But it's good to see. It's fun to see her play. And I'm going to get to play with her at Vegas. We're going to go to Vegas for Royal Flush Rumble. And it's going to be fun because props to Vale, man. I think you need to be used more on offense, okay? So this is me saying it on fucking camera, I guess. Let's get Vale some more touches with the ball. I wanted to shout out Evan Matoro. I actually got to play with Evan on a fantasy. We went to Neverland Fantasy. I got to play with him. And I mean, I must have connected on passes with him on, I don't know if I ever missed. I'm not trying to gas me up, all right? Relax. I'm just saying, I don't think I missed. But, you know, and granted, Evan's a smart cutter. Like, I saw him and I was like, well, he's close enough to the hoop, man. Let me just give him the ball. And he was playing against club players, right? So it was a lot harder. People are a lot quicker to close out. But here, he actually scored a lot. I mean, I saw him score multiple times, right? So he was getting the ball. He's got hands, okay? So, because I'm telling you, he caught like 5 dimes of mine, just couldn't convert. But here he was converting, okay? Obviously, he's playing against college students now. So shout out Evan, man. I told him if he keeps Neverland, I told him, you keep coming back, man. You those are going to be goals. And shit, a week later, they were fucking goals. So you know what I mean? So keep coming back, Evan, man. And you're gonna have fun. I can already tell. I think he actually came as the Joker. He painted his face as the Joker, so that was cool to see. So I don't know if he wants that as a nickname, but hey, he painted himself as the Joker that day. So let me move on to now. Oh, and Evan's actually an exchange student, so we're only gonna get to see him for 1 year, as far as I know. So that actually kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Now, let me get over to ASU, Arizona State University. So, I mean, if y'all heard me say it, I said it. I think they can make a finals run, and I ain't lying when I say that shit. Honestly, I mean, they didn't show up at full strength, so I still ain't see that shit. I want to make sure I clarify that. In fact, the core veterans that ASU sent were Brianna McLaughlin, Tanner Bonheimer, Amar Dillon, and Matt Gianvino, right? Then they had returners like Amber Lee, Jude Matthews, and Albert Richardson. And then the rest were rookies, of course. So, you know, they only had 10, man. But, hey, man, those 10 put up a fight. I'm telling you right now. It was only 10, but they fought. So let me go ahead and shout out rookie Andrew Cooper, 66. They played him at every position, trying to figure out. I mean, he's a big dude. So, I mean, I say play him at chaser, but because we need size on a chaser. So he played all positions, and I mean, once he figures out the game, he's gonna be a problem. I mean, if ASU using him right, it's a problem. Like obviously, he's probably still figuring out how to hold the broom right, right? Because I remember that was a problem for me when I was in. You're gonna start making fun of the flying thing, aren't you? I could already see it in your face, Silos.
I was gonna say, so they actually use those flying brooms, bro, or
no, man.
Or they use a vacuum for speed.
Man, I don't know how many times I've had to tell people, no, we don't fly, like sarcastically, because people ask, like, you know, sarcastically. But yeah, Andrew, man, once that guy figures the game out, man, what a problem. And then second year, Albert Richardson, another big guy. And they were actually both seeking. Both Andrew and Albert were both seeking, and that was dope to see. I actually told Albert, like, you know, some tips, because I'm a big seeker myself. So Albert, you're gonna have. I told you you're gonna have most advantages in terms of size and strength. So you gotta use it. Use it, and it could be scary at seeker and at chaser because they're both big, both presences, right? If you use them right. So I'll be making sure to talk. I'm actually gonna probably hang out with Tyler Walker in Vegas. Tyler Walker's gonna come to Vegas. I'll make sure to run it by him. I got some ideas. So I'll make sure to run it by him. I don't think Tyler cares, but I'm just kidding. Tyler and I are good friends, but it's gonna be fun to see what these rookies, and obviously Albert's the second year, so to see what they do, right? So let me just go ahead and talk about Amar Dillon. It was my first look at ball carrier for me, at least, to see him at ball carrier. And he did well. He did really well. Because I mostly see him off ball. I think I saw him in the UTSA game kind of play off ball of, it was Austin. He played, I saw a lot of off ball movement from Austin to Amar, of course. We saw him at ball carrier. Very efficient. I like what I saw. Obviously very athletic, so he can get to the hoops and pass well. So I like what I saw there. Brianna and Tanner were, to me, the anchor of the defense. I mean, all I had to do was watch them, and it'll tell you exactly the results, whether or not they got scored on or not, depending on how Brianna and Tanner played. Now, let me just go ahead and hype up the ASU women that showed up to this tournament, man, because there were only 3 of them, man. Let me tell you right now. Only 3 of them. Brianna McLaughlin. Oh, God, I always mess up the name, man. Brianna McLaughlin, Amber Lee, and Jude Matthews, also known as Laserbeam, laser for short. So when I asked Jude about the name, I asked her what her name is, and she answered Laserbeam. I was like, well, hold on. What you mean, Laserbeam? And then she told me, obviously, her name is Jude, but she goes by Laserbeam, which is a dope-ass name. But I was just confused because, I mean, you don't really hear that every day, right? But yeah, I mean, these women are phenomenal, man. I mean, what can't they do? Let me go ahead and tell you what happened with Jude, right? Jude, I don't know what happened to her ankle, man, but all I know was she went down and she came at the end of the game. She had a big bag of ice wrapped on her ankle, and I was like, well, damn, I hope you all right. And the next game she was playing, I was like, wait, what? that ankle I thought was done. Nah, she got back out there and she was playing. And similar thing with Brianna. She, a while back, she had a calf tear, and I heard that. I was like, calf tear? What the fuck? And you're playing already? I don't think it was that long ago. And she's out there, and she's not just playing, man. She's making hits. I mean, Brianna be making explosive plays out there. I'm talking about tackling everybody. Don't matter who you are. She gonna tackle you. Same thing goes for Amber, who I also saw both. I didn't know. I knew Brianna beat. She was a beater. But I didn't know she chased just as well as she beat, man. I mean, when she told me, she's like, yeah, I'm actually like a dope chaser. I was like, what? What you mean you do both? And because not everybody can do both, right? But I mean, she's out there, and I saw her. I was like, yeah, she can do both. I'm telling you right now. And she don't just like play off ball. Nah, she ball carries, man. And I don't mean just ball carry. I mean driving through people and putting the goal in, man. I mean, shit. I think there was one play where it kind of got scrapped. I mean, somebody dropped the ball. And she somehow comes up with the ball at the hoops and puts that shit in. I was like, all right, Brianna's the truth. All right, what can I say? So I'm giving the nickname to Brianna. I'm calling her General McLaughlin, the General for short. I don't think she has that name, but it's true because I mean, she fucking runs shit on ASU, man. I mean, if you watch her play, she's calling the shots off the sideline. She's calling shots. I mean, she runs it. She runs ASU, man. I'm here to tell the quad ball world that General McLaughlin, the General, is here. All right, Brianna McLaughlin, let the world know. As my co-host loves to say, remember the name. Go ahead, hit that shit for me. Go ahead, Silos.
Remember the name.
Brianna McLaughlin, the General, right there. That's the General. From here on out, at least. I mean, I already ran it by her. She says she loves it. So,
nice.
Yeah, that's the General right there, at least. But yeah, all 3 women are great. I don't want to just talk about Brianna. Obviously, Jude already mentioned, great player too. None of them are scared to run that shit in themselves. They play fearless. They tackle everybody. I love to see it. And yeah, man. I mean, props to the ASU women, man. And apparently there are a lot more. They just are going to make it. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch the ASU program on top of the rest of the crew, obviously. But yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of the team. hey, I think they're coming to HBI, so it's gonna be time to see exactly what they do at HBI. I hope they bring a full roster so I can finally fucking make the declaration that ASU will make a finals run. I hope I can hit that prediction. Obviously, I ain't gonna say it if I don't believe it. I don't lie on this podcast, despite what my co-host might say. Every single night, pretty much every single episode, he'll say I'm lying. But no, I don't lie. I'm telling the truth, regardless of what this man tries to accuse me of. I'm not a liar. So, but yeah, yeah, man, I love this, all this energy. Shout out to all the volunteers, Jess Sang, Ryan Smythe, for coming and volunteering their time as head referees. They don't get enough shout outs for that. Shout out Tyler Walker for putting in the time to just show up and coach ASU. I love the relationship he has with the team. Anything, ASU might get upset at calls. They just look to Tyler, and Tyler's like, all right, what happened? And I love that. I think Tyler might have refed. I don't know if he HR'd. I think he does. He does it all. I think he's coming to Vegas. So again, double shout out for Tyler for showing up to Vegas just to head referee. I think that's what he's coming for. But hey, volunteers don't get enough love in this sport, and it's about time somebody starts shouting them out. So shout out to all the volunteers in the sport, man. We couldn't do it without you. And you don't get enough love, man. I'm sorry. Personally, I'm gonna start snitching just to step up. We need to improve the game, and I'm gonna start snitching as often as I can. Obviously, only so much I can do, but I'm gonna try to help out, use my talents at snitch to help out. All right. So yeah, everyone, let's do our part. Let's volunteer to make the sport better. All right. But anyways, that's gonna cut it for the quad ball talk. Thank y'all for tuning in, because I know a lot of people are gonna tune in for this part. And we can move on. What's the last segment? NBA, right? We're talking NBA,
NBA, sir.
Seals? Do you want to take it?
Sir.
We're talking.
We're just talking pretty much who we think are like top contenders in Eastern Conference and Western Conference. And do we all really believe Cleveland is legit?
You want me to answer?
Honestly,
are you just pondering?
No, that's a general question. I'm thinking out loud. I honestly think they have something going so far. I still think Celtics will pretty much are going to take the East. It's just Tatum and Brown are just playing lights out, and really I think there's really no competition, I think, as of right now that I've seen. I know it's early in the season, and, maybe, down once we're into 40 games, someone's going to prove me wrong. But that's what I think about the East. Now, as far as the West, the West is a little bit harder to kind of see who's going to be top team and who's not. I will defer this one over to you, because I really don't think I have a clear contender right now. I think I have to wait longer into the season to really give you that, who's really a true contender.
You're right.
And it's like I said, it has it's just like I said about football. You got to wait till week 9 or 10 to 8 or 9. I'm sorry, 8 or 9 to really see who's a contender, who's a pretender, and in the East, it's kind of always the same teams, and how they start is almost how they end. But in the Western Conference, it's always like they start jumping up and down. Next thing you know, number 8 could be number 2 and stuff like that. So I think for me, it would be too early to determine who would be a contender. But you might differ, and you might think otherwise. So, especially because I know you've had probably a little bit more time to watch. I have not had a lot of time to watch, except some highlights here and there. So I will defer to you on what you think. Of
course. So you mentioned what, Cleveland and Celtics? You think those? You question.
I think the Celtics have something going on, but
Cleveland's 12-0, man. Shit. At some point. And they're not just like weak opponents, man. I think I bet the 12 are like legit contenders that they've actually beat. The rest are kind of, middle of the pack to fodder, right? So I think at this point, going 12-0, these Cavs are legit, all right? We just, obviously we have to see more. It's only 12 games in, so we got to see more. But granted, I have not seen a Cavs game. I'm sorry, I'm a Lakers fan, and I only have so much time to fucking watch sports, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I got the football games on Sunday, and then I'm trying to keep up with the Lakers, and I mean, damn, I'm only human. You know what I mean? I only have so much, and it's not even my. I don't make money on. We don't make money on the podcast, man. If I did, trust me, I'd be watching every fucking game. But
I'd have 10 TVs, bro.
I got shit to do, man. I got shit to do. My bad, but. You know, I'll start watching hopefully when the Lakers play the Cavs, which they did. I just couldn't catch it where they beat the Lakers. That's all I'm telling you. They have beaten good teams because the Lakers are a good team. Obviously, the Celtics are always going to be in talks for a top team here. The Jalen and Jason are just popping off. I mean, they've had some losses, but I mean, shit, who they lose to? I mean, we're looking at the Hawks, which is a 1-point loss, which is a tough loss, so not much. We're looking at the Warriors, who are a good team this year, a lot better than last year. And then they lost to the Pacers, who are no scrubs, but I mean, kind of a weird, considering the Pacers are kind of struggling right now. They're 5-5. And after the Celtics and Cavs, it's literally just a bunch of 500 teams, and it's a mess out east right now. The Bucks are crashing out, essentially. I mean, I put that on Doc Rivers, but I mean, they traded for Dame, and they got worse because I think Drew Holiday was fine at point guard, but I mean, the Sixers are abysmal because Joel Embiid, let's talk about Joel Embiid real quick. Joel Embiid is over here talking about, I will never play, I don't know if he said probably, don't matter. I will never play another back-to-back for the rest of my career. I'm like, yo, man, he got so much heat for it. I'm talking Kevin Garnett, I'm talking Paul Pierce, I'm talking about Shaquille O'Neal. I'm talking about who hasn't talked about it, man. I mean, every
basketball player, I think,
has
retired.
Every basketball player that talks in media and every media personality has talked about it. And granted, we talked about it. I mean, I told you what I feel. I have him in fantasy, and that's not just saying like I don't care about his fantasy. On principle, bro, you cannot come to the media and say you will never play another back-to-back again. Like, that is insanity. Charles Barkley talked about it too. Like, what you mean we're not gonna play back-to-backs no more? Like, what? I mean, just hang it up then. Are you done? Bro, like, seriously. Like, I'm not saying retire, obviously, but I'm saying, like, what are we saying? By saying, I mean, do you want to play? Like, I'm sorry, like.
Yeah, you're the face of the franchise. And you're going to tell me you're not going to be there every game? I mean, granted, every time you have, how many back-to-back games do they have? I mean,
I think they said 17 or something like that.
15 or 17. 15. It was like, we'll go 15. But still, that means 15 games.
15 back-to-backs. Yeah, it's crazy.
So that's 15 games that you're not going to play out of 82. So what? Next time you re-sign a contract, we're going to have to take out, 15 games because you're not going to play those 15 games. How many millions do you want to lose on that? But you still want to get paid for fucking 82 games? Get the fuck out of here, man. People want to, they're paying big money to go see you. Like, you're supposed to be the face of that franchise. Like, honestly, like, if I'm the 76ers ownership, I'm talking portrayed, man. I'm trying to see who wants to take you. I will fucking take your salary for you to play somewhere else, but I don't want you here. Because you are not committing to me for 82 games. Granted, I'm not saying if he's injured.
Hang on. Let me stop you real quick. Now, Sixers organization is behind this move. They want this. Because the idea is to save him for the playoffs, okay? So I know what you're saying. If you were in those shoes, this organization is saying, we want this because we want to win a chip. Now,
he's not going to play back-to-back. Bro, that means in the playoffs, too.
No, but they don't play back-to-back in the playoffs, man. I'm sorry, but they don't play back-to-backs. No, they don't play back-to-backs, Silos. They never do. They always have a day's rest. Silos, please, man. I've been doing this for years.
I'll believe you.
Basketball. No, they don't play back-to-backs, man. But the point is, the whole idea is he's gonna play every game in the playoffs. That's what they're trying to save him for. I'm like, bro, how fucked up are you? I'm sorry, like in terms of like the body, like obviously, how hurt are you? Like to the point where, I mean, Charles is an infamous rant saying like, we only gotta play 3. I'm sorry, I don't mean to imitate his voice, but it's fun to impersonate somebody like Charles. He says, I don't mean to impersonate 3 or 4. I don't mean we only play 3 or 4 times a week, 4 at most. Most of the time it's 3. Sometimes it's even two, depending on what week it is or how much of a break they get in terms of like travel and shit. But
Yeah.
the point is, man, yeah, he says we're not steel workers. He always says that we're not steel mill workers. All we do is play basketball. For most guys play, the starters play like 35 minutes, and anyone else is not even touching 25 or 20 minutes. You know, so it's not like you play a lot. But Joel is gonna play, 30 something minutes a game. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, you gotta play, man. It's just, and I'm not just saying that as your like in terms of like I have you in fantasy, right? Like it's just you can't miss games like this, man, and you can't say it out loud, man. Like, come on, like what? He came back and he started complaining about like how the Philly media is treating him because he's done so much for the city, and I'm not trying to take away from that. Granted, you haven't brought a chip to the city, but I mean, you know, you can't say what you said and then get mad when people react, and right, actions have consequences. So does the speech, right? So he said it. He's catching flack for it. Obviously, he has a right to respond, but I don't know. At some point, man, like Joel, please, like you're hurting the culture because this rest culture is not for the game, man. It's not good for the game. People spend money to come watch these games, and I mean, you're basically saying don't come watch this game because I'm not going to play. So obviously the ticket sales are going to go down and the product is going to get worse. I mean, granted, they still have Paul George and Tyrese Maxey, right? So it's still a game to watch, but shit, Paul George misses time too. So now what? I mean, the Sixers are 2-8. Talking about playoffs, well, I don't know anymore, man. You're already 2-8. You already took 8 losses. I mean, how many more can you afford before you miss you're already bounced out of the playoffs mathematically? Like, already 2-8. 8 losses is hard to take right away, man. I'll tell you right now. I mean, there's still a lot of games to be played. But if you're going to miss back-to-backs, I mean, shit, it's only going to get worse. You missed the first 9 games of the season, pretty much. So, I don't know. That's enough of Joel, but...
I'm just going to make one last comment that you might enjoy.
Go ahead.
You might enjoy this one. Because as much heat as I fucking give LeBron James, this motherfucker's never said that shit. Like, I'm not going to play back-to-back games. Like, he'll go out there and play back-to-back games and play, shit, almost 42 minutes back-to-back. So... I mean, if you're going to be the face of the franchise, you got to at least go out there and play, man. And I'll give that to fucking LeBron, bro. He'll go out there and play. And Joel Embiid, do you want to be the face of the franchise? Go out there and play, man. Give the people what they want. And they want to see you play. That's the last thing I'm going to say about that. See, I'll say something good about LeBron.
LeBron is an Iron Man. We know that. That fool never misses time. I mean, I can't remember the last time LeBron... I mean, it happened in like 2018-19 season where he had like a groin thing and he had to miss time, but before that the man rarely missed time. I don't even know if it was like 2 or 3 games a year. Like that's how he plays a lot, and you might be having like one of the greatest face turns of all time if you keep this LeBron plays up, man. I mean,
I don't know about that.
like the Rock type shit, you know what I mean? But anyways, man, let me talk about the West real quick because obviously. We got 3-way tie for first place between the Suns, the Thunder, and the Warriors. This Warriors team confuses me because, I mean, they lost Clay, and they're getting production from kind of multiple places, so I respect it. Steph is obviously being Steph, but they're getting production from, quite a few places. I've noticed that the Thunder, they signed Alex Caruso, which was huge. They traded Giddey for him. And I like the move. Caruso's a great 3-and-D guy. And granted, again, these teams, I really haven't seen these guys, but I've been keeping up with like the play-by-play. And the Thunder are just, I mean, SGA, just Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he's crazy, man. What can I say? I mean, he's that guy. He's hard to stop, and they're good away and at home. They're 5-1 at home. They're 4-1 away. They're just a tough team, and they play good basketball, man. What can I say? So, and then Phoenix is the one that shocked me. I did not expect them to be this good. Apparently, they've kind of revamped the roster a bit. They've gotten some more depth, and I guess they're figuring out how to work because they got a true point guard now, which they missed. And I mean, I have to watch them to be able to tell. Now the Lakers are down here 6-4 at 7th. Now that they've had some tough losses to good teams. Let me tell you right now, they're good teams, right? The Cleveland team, they lost to Cleveland. The one team that I could not justify was the loss to the Detroit Pistons. Now, granted, the Detroit Pistons are better this year than they have ever been in the last 5 years. So still no excuse to lose to them, but they lost to them. They lost to the Phoenix Suns, who we just said are 9-2 or whatever the case may be. It goes 9-2, and then they also lost to, I believe, it was Phoenix, Cleveland. They lost to Detroit, and then they also lost to the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are a good team too. Okay, they're actually kind of healthy. They're missing Desmond Bane, but Jaren Jackson's playing. Ja Morant's back, and they're a solid team. So we can't really complain about that. The Lakers are definitely a potential contender still. I don't care that they're 7th seed right now. It's still early. The fact is, we won't really know who's who probably until right around the All-Star break. That's when we start to really see who's who and legit, because we got to get through all the variants, see we got to get matchups, and to really see if these teams will sustain. Granted, I would still put the Lakers as top contenders still, even though the Lakers nation was kind of glazing the ever-living shit out of JJ Redick, but because one good game, right? But I still got to see the rest before I make a choice on whether I see the potential. I broke down the film. I love what I see from JJ play calling wise and set screens and all that shit, but we got to see some more. And honestly, that top 3, Suns, Thunder, Warriors, I'm going with Thunder, man. I think that they're the best team out of those 3. They're the most consistent team. They're deeper, in my opinion, than any of the 3, and they have, in my opinion, it's tough. It's tough to say, but I do think SGA is probably the most talented player in terms of like production. I guess the most productive player, like the most impactful player. I mean, I know Kevin Durant is on the Suns. I can't ignore Kevin Durant's scoring ability and what he brings to the table. Fact is, he's injured right now. He's missing time already. So I don't know about that. So the Suns are gonna take a loss. They're gonna start losing. That's for sure. And the Thunder are going to keep winning. So I see the Thunder actually extending this win record. Warriors took a loss. No, sorry, they won tonight, which was insane. They won off a buzzer beater. This is November 13th, by the way. So it's already the day after that game. 1 in the morning, because we record late as fuck. But, I mean, yeah, man. East, I think the Cavs are legit. Celtics are legit. And then the West, I'm probably going to say Lakers and Thunder. And then after that is a big mess at the rest of the hierarchy. Again, the Suns are gonna start losing because they lost KD, so they're gonna struggle a bit till they get him back, and then they're gonna have to figure this shit out. And the Warriors, I'm still very skeptical on these Warriors. I mean, I don't know what it is. I gotta watch them, but I mean, something's going on in Golden State again, and I just can't explain it. They beat the Mavs, they've beaten the Thunder. They lost to Cleveland, but they beat the Celtics. I mean, Jesus, what is going on in Golden State? I mean, maybe I have to rethink what they're on, man. I mean, damn, like, talk about beating good teams. We just listed 3 top teams in the league. Like, I take it back. I guess Golden State is legit. I mean, we're gonna have to see some more. 39% from the 3-point percentage, 2nd in points per game. They're just hot right now. Could be that. They could just be hot. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's see after another 20 games. We'll reevaluate. But that's it for me. Anything else you got to add on, Silos, or can we cut it here?
No, we are good, sir. I agree with you. The only thing that I have to say is, the Thunder showed it last year. They're a very young team. They're young core, and they've continued on to this season. I still think they're too young to win the chip, but I think with the right moves, maybe next year we might be, singing a different song because they're getting. I think I talked to you about this one last year. I don't know who I talked to, but I said Thunder. Thunder's a very, very young team right now. They're doing very good. They're showing out, and it was like last year was just a bunch of almost nobodies, and this year it's like everybody. A lot of people are getting to start remembering their names. So.
I don't know about this year being too young. Last year, I definitely said that, but Chet Holmgren is coming into form. He's a second year now, so if he really sustains, continues to elevate, I could see it. I could see it this year, but they still got to go up against teams like the Celtics.
And and that's why
It's gonna be a
it's
problem.
going to be hard. But
Yeah.
I think next year is more of a possibility. I honestly think because right now, like I said, it's a young team, so the majority of them are signed through next year. They're going to come. Majority of
Mhm.
them are going to come back. So
Mhm.
the core team is going to be there, and then
Mhm.
you can add a couple more pieces, and that's a recipe for success, and that's really what's I think is gonna end up happening.
For sure.
But we'll see.
All right, we'll cut it here. Me and Silas, I haven't talked to Silas about this, but we will make it a goal to either next episode or next day after about that to sit down and break down some fucking hockey. Specifically the Ducks. That'll be my assignment, and Silas can cover the Kings. We just gotta watch game film. I mean, really, all we gotta do is start watching the games, and we can start talking about it. I mean, that's all we gotta do, right?
I mean, if
and-
that's the case, I mean, we could also talk about some MLS soccer because LA Galaxy is in the playoffs. Just throwing that one out there. Their next game's the 24th.
I'm actually a Galaxy fan, man. That's my team, because I don't. Again, like I told you, if there's an Anaheim team, I'm a rep Anaheim, man, or like an Orange County team. You already know I'm loyal. I'm not someone that jumps ship like a certain fan base that wears blue. But I mean, people jump ship to you, okay? Which y'all are so welcoming of these people. I don't know, man.
Hey, Walker Buehler
no,
just
no.
open arms, bro.
Stop it.
Are you not entertained?
Gross. But yeah, man, that's your show, man. We're gonna cut it here. Thank you for watching as always. I'll let Silos go ahead and thank our troops because that's what he always does. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, especially that it was Veterans Day just on Monday 2 days ago. We just wanted to thank all our military men and women out there. Repping right there with the hat. Thank you guys all for watching, and we'll see you next time. And this time we're not gonna take like almost 2 weeks to record. So peace.
It's because there was a certain thing going on Tuesday. If y'all know, go ahead, hit that outro, sir. Go ahead.
Leave them alone. 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 Leave them alone.